Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. This vlog is going to be a food plot update because honestly, you can't have too many food plot update videos out there, especially when your food plots are looking as good as mine are this year. And I think you're going to be surprised because I know I was. Alright, I don't even know really how to best show off this food plot and how great it is, because as I am stepping into this mix right here, the smorgasbord mix from Eagle Seed, it's about 1.5 feet, if not closer to even 2 foot tall in some areas, which is just blowing my mind. The turnips that are in here, the wheat, the rye, the buckwheat, everything is just exploded. It's been planted now for 3.5 weeks or so. You have to pay attention to the weather changes. That's the biggest thing, is environmental conditions. Making sure that you've got good soil seed contact is great, but making sure that you have the moisture that you need is a big deal. And we went from having drought-like conditions for months through spring and summer to a big change in the weather where we were going to have almost a week to a week and a half of rain, and that was a sure bet. And so I planted, and oh my gosh, did it work out, because here we haven't had a rain for 2 weeks now. Where other people are just now planting their food plots in these dry conditions, mine have been able to grow up, create a great canopy, hold in the moisture, and oh my gosh, I mean, just take a look at it. But this is the best my food plots have ever looked, and I think it's just going to continue to get that way as our soil conditions improve. Our food plots are going to improve with them. All right, so I'm down here at ground level. You can see here I got some buckwheat. Deer have already nipped these off. I've seen a lot of times that the deer will actually leave a buckwheat until it gets in more of a mature stage, but they're already in here browsing on this. If you come into some of these red top turnips, and we've also got rape in here, everything is starting to really explode. You can see there's some good growth there. See if we can pull up one of the turnips here. There's one there, looking good. This is going to be a spectacular looking food plot that's really going to be bringing in the deer. You can see right here, there's actually some of the soybeans that we just had a rough time with the drought this year, but there were some soybeans left in here, and you can tell they've already nipped those off. Got a lot of good wheat coming up, and there's some rye mixed in there. So we got a little bit of everything coming up underneath here. So it is looking just so good. And the deer have already been in here browsing and stuff. And the thing I like about having a smorgasbord mix like this is you're going to have a wide variety of things that are maturing at just different times throughout the season. So right now they can come in here, they can nip on some of the buckwheat, they can eat some of the rye, they might be nipping on some of the wheat. And then as these turnips and the rape and everything in here starts maturing, they'll start hitting on those. You're going to get your rape to mature a little bit before your turnips. So while they're hitting on the rape, your turnips are still maturing. And you got everything through the stages that they're going to hit on all the way throughout the fall. So it really just creates a great dinner plate that never ever goes empty all the way through the deer season. And you can tell there is a ton of food in this area. We've still got our dove lines back here that I've actually got to get in there and take down. But super excited about this year. Now, one thing I didn't do this fall, I didn't have the availability to come in and no-till drill. And so I've been no-till drilling this field now for, this is the 3rd season, and I think that has a lot to do with how productive my food plot is. I did not add any fertilizer, I did not add any lime. I did do a soil test just to see where my soils were, and they are slightly acidic, but just by going in, improving the soil conditions, and this year there was a lot of duff, organic material up on top when I had to come in and plant this fall, so much so that I knew I needed to break it up just to slide them out. So I came in with a disc and barely broke up the top portion of the soil. I didn't rip, I didn't want to destroy everything that I had worked so hard for in building up, but it allowed for really good soil seed contact. If you get up in here, you can still see there is just a lot of organic matter that is still down in here. I mean, you're pulling up a lot of old food plot right there in the mix of all that dirt. And so even though I've come in here and I've disked, there's still a lot of organic material that's still there to be able to be broken down. This food plot will be broken down, and I'll come back in this spring hopefully and no-till drill right into this. So this is going to be a lot of organic matter that's going to be building up from this. So even though I didn't have a no-till drill this fall, it didn't keep me from coming in here and not having the best food plots that I've ever had. So just, you got to see what you have, what tools that you have, and by whatever means that you can, get in there and plant your fall food plots. Just be smart about the practices that you're going to be using. Now while I'm here, I figure I'd go ahead and do an update on the forage fence by Eagle Seed. You can see, even though the cows had gotten in here and mowed 3 to 4 feet of this down, it is still looking absolutely awesome. You have no idea that there's actually a large part of the food plot on the other side of this. So as the deer come in here, they're browsing on this side. The bucks want to come in, push the does, look for the does that are in heat. They have to work to the other side of this food plot and come across this barrier in order to see what's on the other side of the field. Plus, it gives me an easy way to sneak into the big redneck that is back here, right back behind me. But it has really exploded. If you get down here, it's absolutely blowing my mind. I've actually not walked right up next to it. I bet that is 15 foot tall. That is a long ways up there. And so it's got a little bit of everything. You got a growth that's coming in at 2.5, 3 foot to 15 foot. That's absolutely insane. So it is doing spectacular. I love how everything has just exploded this year. Even with the worst weather conditions that we've had, by going in and planting at the prime time that you can, whether it's getting out there and planting during the rain like I was doing and working the tractor during the rain, I think it pays off. My entrance into here has got my house probably 200 yards or more plus that way. I'm able to walk in. I've got an area cut into the field from the barn, and I can slip in here using this forage fence as a barrier. I can actually cut in a little sooner if I want, walk right down here right beside it, and then guess what? I can crawl right up in to my redneck. So it's going to leave a nice area for me to approach without spooking any deer, if there are deer in the field, but it's kind of cool. So everything is gearing up to be one of the best seasons that we've ever had here on the hunting grounds. This is probably going to be the last full management video that I do this season, because this weekend we're going to start, or I'm personally going to start, deer hunting here in Missouri. The next weekend is down there in Arkansas, and I'll also be traveling some this year to some other states. And so we're going to be rocking and rolling on semi-live hunts, hopefully 2 episodes a week, every single week on our YouTube channel. But this is going to be the last full management video that I know of. Who knows? I might surprise you guys and myself with some more updates or anything that just kind of comes to be out there. But absolutely just wanted to update you guys on this, because I am so thrilled and so blessed that this turned out the way it did. Well, anyway, I just want to update you guys with a quick video. I hope your food plots are doing just as good, if not even better, and I hope that some of our management videos aided you guys this year in hopefully improving your own hunting grounds for this deer season. Hopefully you guys will stay tuned in as we produce semi-live weekly hunts. Do me a huge favor down below, comment what you enjoyed about this episode. Tell me which one was your favorite management video, or if we left one out and you guys wanted me to do some kind of management video, comment down below. Give a big thumbs up, and guys, until next time, have a better than average day.